What's going on, y'all, and welcome on in. Today I got an exciting video. I know there's been a bit of a lack of content drought, no new heroes, especially in the patch preview updates, but we actually have a data mine for one of the newest heroes that's already in the game. Guys, we're going to go over her skills, her artifacts. It was all discovered. She looks amazing. Her name is YULHA, but before we get into it, make sure y'all stay tuned. I'm going to go over all of that stuff, as well as I think her multipliers were also revealed. I want to do some quick shoutouts real fast. Let's go ahead and I'll show y'all what we're going to be looking at here. This is the Reddit page, and it was data mined by Butt Reynolds, who I believe does a lot of the data mining stuff. I also heard Math, the person who created the Epic 7 calculator, had his hand in helping find all this stuff. And then big shout out to Tundra, who is one of my Twitch viewers and also reached out to me. He's been doing a lot of theory crafting and data mining, as y'all can see, or sorry, theory crafting about the numbers from the data mine in terms of like what she's actually going to be doing. So we'll cover all that. We'll watch the video. Big shout out to those boys. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Let's get to it. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and open up the video. I put in a new tab here for us. Let's go ahead and we'll just watch it together real fast and discuss what we, can see on the video for YULHA. But she is an Earth Knight Sagittarius, which is the same sign as FCC, so she's going to have a lot of health if that's what we want, and I'm pretty sure that is what we want. Pause. First skill, we got Cruel Touch, and boy, something interesting here. It comes with Redirected Provoke. Now, you're going to need to see the other two skills, which we're going to go over here in just a sec to really picture kind of what Smilegate has designed her for. But it is interesting to note that it is Redirected Provoke instead of Provoke. And I'll touch more on that after the skills are done, because overall I'm not really sure why they gave it Redirected Provoke. This is a nice skill to have if the unit using it, let's say for example, like who has it so far, Conqueror Lilius and Fairy Tale Tenebria. They aren't typically the tankiest on their team, so they'll actually put the Provoke and have one of the tankier units on the squad, take the hit. YULHA, though, as a knight, and you're going to see in the other skills, wants to take the hit, so it is interesting they gave Redirected Provoke. One minor note, though, Tundra was telling me that this buff is actually just straight up better. It works the same as Provoke if you're the highest HP, and it'll actually persist through death, so there is a benefit, I guess. YULHA, if she does end up dying to, let's say, Hua Young, take note of that, boys. The Redirected Provoke on Hua will still be active, and then she'll hit the next highest HP target, or if YULHA becomes resurrected, either through a res skill or Holy Sack, I believe Hua Young would still attack her on the following turn. Anyways, let's keep rolling through, guys. That's Cruel Touch. Sorry, one more pause real fast on the first skill. 100% chance for Redirected Provoke after skill enhancement, okay? That's the skill 1, and it scales off the caster's max HP. All right, we're going to quickly go into skill 2. And this is Malicious Smile, boys. This is her iconic look. If you remember from the very first Awakening preview, we were all like, "Who is this girl?" She has that evil grin, and yeah, she has a wicked, vicious smile. So when attacked by single attack, only single attack hits reflects 30% of the damage suffered to the attacker. There's not too much reflect, guys, that are passives or skills. I think so far, who has it? Does Dominio still have it, guys? Let me know. I know for sure Terranor, one of the Terranor guards, the Terranor Knight, has it, and then now YULHA will have it as well. In the comments, let me know who else has Reflect, but it's a very interesting mechanic. I'm glad we're seeing it more because it's not very prevalent, but 30% of the damage suffered the attacker. Reflected damage cannot be higher than the caster's max health. After being attacked when health is 30% or less, dispels all debuffs from the caster and activates this. Or not the whole skill, but the Murderous Intent part, which grants a barrier, can only be activated every 5 turns. And then it'll be a total of 25 combat readiness push as well. And the barrier will scale off her max HP. So, we're starting to picture together, right, guys? She's a reflect unit. We're going to start provoking units. So, we probably want her on counter, or at least have like Elbrus, so that she can just throw out a lot of S1 attacks that will provoke back onto her. And then the lower health she gets, she can protect herself by getting this Murderous Intent from Malicious Smile. A lot of big words, okay. So that's the skill 2, boys. That's the big passive. Skill Reflect. I can't wait to try it out. Seems very interesting. And yeah, I mentioned Hua, guys. So now we have Symphony of Agony, the skill 3. Big cooldown. 5 turns after Molagora. The rest are just damage enhancement. Attacks the enemy by unraveling Sphere of Sadism. These little spheres, I guess, that she has floating around her. Sadism, huh? And when the enemy is defeated, recovers her health. So kind of like Sage Ball. When the target is not an elite or boss monster, damage sharing effects are ignored. Very nice. Penetrates the target's defense as well, but cannot trigger critical hits. So very similar to Sage Ball, kind of like Krau's S3 as well. Can't crit, but should do a lot of damage because it'll ignore defense. I'm pretty sure that kind of just means true damage. I'm not sure if they're just replacing that with true damage or if that's the same thing it's always been. But yeah, it does a lot of damage, guys. Just can't crit. And when she lands the kill, she'll recover a lot of health. It's going to scale off the caster's health. Lost health, excuse me, and amount recovered is scaled off the caster's max health. So she'll get some life back, as well as doing bonus damage for the lower health she gets. So combine that with the, always getting provokes onto herself. She's going to reflect back damage from the skill 2, as well as have some self-protection if she gets lower than 30% with the big barrier and combat readiness push. And then that should lead into Symphony of Agony. So what we can piece together from the 3 skills, guys, and let me know if y'all are theory crafting anything else as well. But my first initial idea on what Smilegate was thinking when they implemented this unit, and stay tuned, we still got to cover the artifact, is anti-Hua Young, primarily in Arena or Guild Wars, where we can make sure Hua is going to be targeting YULHA. Now, be careful, guys, because Hua Young is so broken, so busted. She kills FCCs. She's going to do bonus damage versus YULHA a little bit too because of the Earth unit typing. Unless you can build like upwards of 25, 26 to 30 plus K and have proof, some of these really strong Hua Youngs, especially if they get attack up, or let's, God forbid, Vigor plus attack up, they're going to kill YULHA. But if it's just an average YULHA versus an average Hua, and let's say you have proof or some other mitigation somehow, maybe via her artifact, this should help. This should help her survive, and then she'll immediately lead into the, the reflect won't kill the Hua straight up, but this plus the skill 3, right? We do reflect damage. Hua Young hits us. We have so much HP, we soak it, and then we lead into the big skill 3, which is called Symphony of Agony. We kill the Hua, get our life back, right? And call it a day. So that seems like a cool interaction. I'm hoping, though, Smilegate made her good enough that she's viable as well in RTA, so that she's not just a Guild War unit, but at least that kind of seems nice. Of course, it'll work versus other nuke units as well. I just think definitely they probably had Hua Young in mind because she's such a problem right now. She's seen in almost all defenses, right, guys? Anyways, let's keep moving on here. They're showing us the, she gets the extra effect, which I believe is the health, recovering the health on the skill 3. That's what she gets from the Awakening. And we can watch the animations here real fast. I want to watch this together with y'all, because I didn't really watch it fully yet. Is there a sound? Let's see.
Another insect to squash.
How do y'all like that voice? Sorry, it might be a tiny bit loud, but I want to make sure y'all can hear it.
You want me to give you a meaningless...
Skill 1 looks cool. I like her look, by the way, guys.
For me.
Y'all saw that quick look of the vicious smile. There's a skill 3. Looks great. And those black ores, man, that looks cool. Kind of like Venom, or is that like little glowy, like... black orbs. That's from the Symphony of Agony. And guys, I got to open up the new tab. Let's go and move straight on to the artifact here, Sphere of Sadism. So they're talking about the metallic sphere that's connected to YULHA's consciousness. Interesting. Can freely change form. That's why I would say it reminds me of Venom, right? A symbiote for any Marvel fans. While it is most often used as a form of defense, it can also be used as a form of offense. Cool. Love the design. Love her look. Definitely waifu material. She's kind of scary too, which I bet some of y'all like. At the start of the battle, grants a barrier to the caster for 2 turns when attacking with a single attack, right? Her S1s. If the caster's granted barrier, damage dealt increased by 10%, and then the barrier strength increases proportional to the caster's max health. So this will become 20% at max, I believe, and 2-turn barrier that will help her increase damage. Now, guys, I like the artifact overall. It's an interesting artifact, but the fact that so many, and it's a problem that we keep saying this, and that's why Smilegate is always, introducing new revamps or buffs to pre-existing artifacts. But with how strong artifacts are out right now for knights, I was already thinking Elbrus, for example. Some people might need proof to survive like strong nuke units like Hua Young, so that YULHA can do her job. I don't know if we can really use this, and also it's a little bit awkward in just my theory crafting. Please, guys, always let me know if y'all have some ideas for this as well. But when attacking with a single attack, if the caster is granted a barrier, damage will increase by 10%. So the caster has to have a barrier, but if that barrier breaks, let's say versus Hua Young, we're not getting the bonus damage effect, but we still get the 2-turn barrier, which will soak some damage. But I believe just having like proof or something is better. And then if you have Elbrus in exchange of this, we're just popping out S1s left and right, provoking everybody and getting the reflect damage. So overall, not the biggest fan of the artifact. I'll definitely try to pick up one so we can test it ourselves. But in just my quick, theory crafting, in my head, of course, I don't know what I don't really see myself using this artifact just yet. And I think other it's going to even be more so for other knights that, you know, really want, especially Aureus or something else instead, right? There's not too many knight units like YULHA. Okay, so guys, I think that is mostly it. Last but not least, I want to cover some of the stuff Tundra was writing down here and make sure my camera doesn't cover it. I made that mistake before. Guys, remember, I can't always see where my camera's placed unless I stare at the OBS. But let's go ahead and look here, guys, because Tundra had some interesting notes that he was scaling. So he's talking about here the Hua Young possibly still killing her. And then some of the comments are, you know, discussing maybe she'll survive. She has massive HP from the fact that we can stack so much and her star sign. But guys, just be careful because... yeah, I have a 32.5k FCC, and my FCC has almost been one-shot by Hua Young. Ridiculous, boys. So, I don't know if Smilegate, maybe, let's see how it works out, but Hua can possibly still just kill her, and she might just have to fight other fire units for Guild Wars. And then RTA, maybe she'll just be a nice provoke, reflect style unit. Just take note that the reflect only works versus single attacks, not AoE. There was one comment I wanted to find, guys. I might have to cut it out. I have too much. Oh, here we go. So, yeah, he made, I think, an early mistake. But with 18,000 missing, guys, with 18,000 missing HP, and if she has 2,000 attack, which I don't know if we're going to go for since it's mostly HP scaling, but Tundra had 2,000k attack input. Or sorry, not 2,000 attack input. With the POW, she'll actually do 11.9k, 15,000 damage after Mola, and that's 15,000 true damage. And if we consider, you know, right, the reflect damage that's going to happen before that and potentially any counters, she should be killing Hua Young's no problem. It's a nice damage on the S3, and it will definitely finish off a lot of other units as well. So overall, boys, a very interesting unit. YULHA looks amazing. I can't wait to get her. My last thoughts on why they didn't reveal her. This is the first time we've had a Datamine like this. I think it's either, right, the end of the RTA season, like I mentioned in my last video. They didn't want to make sure, you know, they didn't want her to interrupt the balance, as well as probably they didn't want to step on any toes with the ReZero collab. Perhaps it was even legally, contractually, they couldn't release a new hero alongside the collab run. Anyways, expect to see her very soon, and this is all subject to change because this is a data mine. It's just a, you know, leaked info that we got ahead of time, so don't take too much stock into it. Smilegate can still change a lot of this stuff, but very exciting. I can't wait to get her. Hopefully you guys are excited for her as well. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.